Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. That's AEROLARRI.com. And use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. And a shout out to Canadian Corvette Forum and Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. All right, everybody, it's time to bring you the latest Corvette news and headlines. As always, Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger is back. He's here every other week with me, and together we keep you current and up to date with what's happening with America's sports car. Keith, welcome back to the show. It's a big week, buddy. The ZR1 is getting revealed on Thursday.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to get my whole watching area all set up, all excited to see what all this car. And, I got a couple check boxes. Did I get that right? Did I get this right? Or, was it wrong? That's the thing about this. It's really fun, and we're always excited to hear something new. And there's going to be something surprising about this car. I just feel it. They keep using that word unthinkable. So something special about this car. I just can't wait to hear more about it.
I got my popcorn ready, and I'm all set and ready to go. And we'll talk more about that coming up in the rumors section.
Absolutely.
First off, buddy, let's start off the show like we always do with a production update from the Bowling Green Assembly Plant.
Yeah, so we got the latest production numbers from Roger Keel's report, the unofficial Corvette tracker. And let me say this before we really get into these numbers. These reports are based on Chevy providing updates. So the data is really only as good as the reporting that Chevy puts out there. And what we've seen on some of these days is that these quantities end up being very low. and then all of a sudden there's a catch-up. For an example, happened last week. We saw 276 Corvettes completed in just one day, and we know that number is impossible to do with just 2 shifts. You'd have to be 3 shifts going 24/7 on that to do that kind of number. The same with the E-Ray reporting. We saw a couple days ago, 000, then all of a sudden on July 15th, it shows 58 completed. So we know they didn't build all those cars in one day. Just kind of throwing that out there. There's been something going on that's interrupting these normal updates. When things are going well, we get them all. It looks like, the daily counts are all matching up with what we know production can do. Basically 190 per day, give or take. Lately, it's just been all over the place. There's another tracker out there called C8tracker.com, which uses the window stickers. So what they do is they batch download the window stickers, and they've been saying that their reporting is off because they'll go several days without any stickers, then all of a sudden they're batch downloading a whole bunch of them. So things are a little bit weird right now. I don't know if that means that something's going on at the plant. We theorized a month ago or so that maybe they're starting to build shy some cars again. Maybe some parts aren't available. Just haven't heard that for sure, but we do know that the reporting's been a little bit weird. But at the end of the day, we end up with VIN counts, and so I do have those current VIN counts that we can go over. Currently, 27,190 Stingrays, 8,364 Z06s, and 677 E-Rays have all been built for the 2024 model year, and that adds up to 36,231 Corvettes. So we're really moving along quite well. I doubt we'll see, anywhere close to that 50,000 that we did last year because the production time was longer, but we're going to be in the 40,000s for sure. I think that's guaranteed there. We still got like another 2.5 months to go. So that's why we're feeling pretty heady about that. 2025 startup on September 9th. They're going to be building 2024 still for another 2.5 months or so.
Yeah. And speaking of 2025, dealerships did get their 2025 allocations last week.
Yeah, we reached out to our dealers, both large and small, found out Chevy was making all 3 2025 models available for the first round of ordering. Not every dealer receives allocations. Some only got Stingrays and Z06s, which is always the case. Those dealers that did get E-Rays confirmed that their quantities were pretty low. In fact, no dealer that we talked to received more than 2 E-Rays for this round of orders. Now, Chevrolet is going to start accepting the first 2025 orders this Thursday, July 25th. And that's when we'll learn about any constraints. Of course, people that know me know that we're anxious to find out if any of the 3 new colors are going to be available. Hysteria Purple, Competition Yellow, and Sebring Orange. My gut feeling says yes because the assembly plant canceled 7 different colors already. So there's probably plenty of time to get those switched over. But of course, nothing is ever really certain for this car. We're just staying tuned. So we'll have the constraint report on Thursday. So pay attention to that if you're going to be one of the first to get a 2025 order in.
Definitely. And also, we've got 3 stories that I call world stories, I guess, Keith. Japan is going to get a red flame edition Stingray model, aren't they?
Yeah, they love their special editions in Japan, and, it really kind of helps the plant doing these batches of these Red Flame special editions. They're easier to build because they're basically one car. You're just building it over and over again. So build, export, and sell, it just makes it really easy. The truth is that there's, quote, really nothing special about these special editions. They're just specially configured cars that earn the Red Flame names. Japan's going to get 40 Corvette Stingrays as part of the Red Flame edition. They're going to be split evenly between coupes and convertibles, and then half of those will be finished in red mist metallic, while the other half will be offered in carbon flash metallic. So you have the red mist and then that black carbon flash metallic.
Gotcha.
Both of them will get the engine appearance packages. The insides are a little bit different. The red mist car, you've got a natural interior, while the carbon flash metallic, you get the dipped adrenaline red interior. It's a pretty cool thing. Only 40 of these cars are going to be available. And to give you an example, last year, Chevrolet sold 567 Corvette Stingrays and 8 Z06s in Japan during the 2023 model year. Decent quantities. Obviously, our sales are up in Japan. We love seeing that. These next stories are all part of GM's World Domination Tour with the C8 Corvette, with some cars being available in left-hand drive and right-hand drive configurations as they are in Japan. Just shows how much people like the Corvette worldwide, and if they can get their hands on one, they're going to do it.
Our second World Domination story is Middle East customers can now get E-Rays.
Yeah, they just opened up the order books in the Middle East for E-Ray customers. This is going to be offered in both coupe and convertible configurations, but only 3LZ trims. You can't go a 1LT or a 1LZ or 2LZ in the Middle East. Only the 3LZs. Starting prices in the UAE, we'll give you some examples. The coupes are $156,000 US, and the convertibles are priced at $163,000 US. They are paying for it, that's for sure. And just to give you an example here, in 2023, Chevrolet exported 277 new Corvettes to the Middle East market. That was 260 Stingrays and 17 Z06s.
Wow.
Now they're adding the third model. Again, I don't see a ton of quantity going over there, especially when they've only built 677 here. But there'll be a few examples getting over there. And again, just letting people sample this. And then maybe in year 2 or year 3, that ordering will open up further for them.
Yeah, that sounds good. Also, our final world domination story is European C8 distributor has given us the 2024 pricing for Corvettes over there.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. We're really winding down the 2024 model year over here, but it kind of feels like some of these export markets, they kind of save these batching for last. And this is going to be a question I'm going to ask the plant director next time I'm up at the museum and get to talk to somebody about production. Just really interested to see how this all kind of shakes out. The European customers don't get an order off the full menu like they do here in the States.
Right.
But almost everything is available over there. They just don't get the 1LZs or the 1LT models. They get the coupes and convertibles. They can get front lift. They can get mag ride. They can get all the colors they want.
Nice.
So everything's really available there. What we found interesting, though, is that there's just 4 standard colors, and then everything else is available for additional price. So the standard colors are black, Arctic white, torch red, and cacti. I thought that was pretty cool. They made cacti as a standard color for it's just 1 year only.
Wow.
Again, other things can be ordered, front lift, all that stuff. As for pricing, Stingray 2LT coupes, $101,000 US and $174,000 US for a 3LZ Z06 coupe. They also get a warranty. They get some other things going over there. And the European market is actually quite big. It's second only to Canada for exports. Last year, we saw 2,195 units shipped over there. That was 2,153 Stingrays and only 42 Z06s.
Okay.
They do sell quite a bit of Stingrays over there. They can pretty much order off the menu now.
That sounds good. Wow. World domination is taking hold, isn't it, buddy?
Yes, it has. We
Nice.
love to see that. I hear notes all the time from European buyers. In fact, I got a note from a guy over in England. They don't get the speed shape model like we do here when you buy a car.
Oh, really?
He's like, where can I buy one? And the interesting thing is people sell those on eBay,
Yes.
believe it or not.
Yeah, they really do.
I told him to go to eBay and see if you can find your color.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. We talked about dealerships getting their allocations for 2025, but the order guide has really changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's always some adjustments. Every Monday we'll go to the order guide, or our friends over at the National Corvette Forum will go there first. It just lists distribution updates, meaning that any changes to the order guide are then reflected there. And sometimes, especially with the order guide just coming out, sometimes there's just some clarifications, fixing a few things here and there. But in this case, we had that, but we also had a couple things. When a constraint appears to be longer than normal, it'll actually show up in the order guide as saying not available to order.
Okay.
And we saw that with 2 of the Stingray's high wings. You can't get the high wing in the body color or in the visible carbon fiber. It's just not available right now. The only one available is the carbon flash painted one. One of the other changes, again, we saw this previously, visible carbon fiber door trim for the Z06. Chevy's now moved it so that you can only order that visible carbon fiber on a 3LZ order.
Okay.
I think almost every accessory that's visible carbon fiber is pretty much restricted to 3LZs or 3LTs these days. I'm trying to think of any that are not and just kind of drawing a blank there. I don't want to say that there's a problem. Maybe they just want to differentiate that the higher trim level is the only one that can order that. But all this stuff's available aftermarket anyways, and it's probably cheaper aftermarket anyways, as you would know.
Yes.
Skip that stuff at the factory and then just find a quality supplier out there. There's plenty of people now that have this stuff anyways. You can really pick some brains out there and find out who's got the best stuff.
Yeah, the aftermarket is full of all that stuff you want. That's for sure. We also got some financing. So the first ever incentives for a C8 Corvette in its 5th year. It's about time, right?
Yeah, this was actually our biggest story in July so far, and it just shows how much interest there is in buying a new Corvette, especially if you can buy a Corvette not only at a discount, but with incentives as well. We have not seen any real incentives yet for the Corvette. This is kind of an incentive, I guess. It's a financing incentive with a quote-unquote special interest rate. It's actually not all that special. Stingrays were given a 7.49% interest rate for 72 months or 7.99% for 84 months.
Okay.
Current shoppers know these rates aren't great at all, and the financing deal, we believe, is only available on the 1LT models.
Oh.
And the other crazy thing too, Steve, is that GM Financial allows dealers to grab a piece of the action. They can mark up these rates as much as 2.5% if you're financing through a dealership.
Oh my gosh.
Read the fine print. It's not that great of incentive. It's a start. It's basically what banks are offering out there today. Of course, we'd love to see some of those 2.9% financing deals like back in the day. I don't know if those are gone forever or if we'll actually ever see them back. But most credit unions we've searched are still showing interest rates starting about 5 or 6% and going up from there depending on how long your term is.
Yeah.
Continue to shop around. There are some actually good deals out there. You just got to really dive into your Google browser and start searching. Wade through the stuff to find those deals, but they're out there.
2.9%. Please come back soon.
That one's not out there.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, buddy, time for our first break. When we come back, it's Corvette racing and Corvette rumors on deck next here on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
The National Corvette Restored Society is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. 50 years of affirming and promoting the preservation and restoration of the Corvette. 50 years as the foremost Corvette collector car organization for building value with its prestigious awards. Have you ever considered joining NCRS? Over 70,000 people have. We're so much more than just the nuts and bolts. The NCRS flight judging program can and often does increase the value of America's sports car by researching and publishing the leading tech manuals and judging guides for the 1953 through 2007 Corvettes, by training the best judges and by hosting local, regional, and national judging events. And when you join, you'll get award-winning magazines like Corvette Restore and Driveline all throughout the year. Joining is simple and easy. Just go to ncrs.org and sign up. There are NCRS chapters all throughout the U.S. and all around the world. Chances are there's a local chapter near you. So join NCRS today at ncrs.org. We come for the Corvettes. We stay for the friendships made along the way.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
And now, back to Corvette Today with your host and my husband, Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Wheelcraft will be at Corvettes at Carlisle and the National Corvette Museum's Anniversary Celebration. So you can pre-order your wheels at wheelcraft.com or give them a call, 833-639-4231. Wheelcraft will install your wheels at either of these shows, then you can drive home in style with Wheelcraft. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my partner in crime, Keith Cornett. Every other week, we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. In segment number 2, we're always doing Corvette racing and Corvette rumors. Keith, how did Corvette racing do at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park?
All I can say is, yay, Corvette, first win of the season.
Yay!
Finishing first is always great, but finishing first and second after starting the race in first and second, that's pretty incredible. You just don't see that happen these days. The competition's too good. There's always something that can happen, but this was the case. Number 3 Corvette led nearly the entire race. I think they led all but 4 laps or 3 laps or something like that. I mean, like 157 laps they led. It was just incredible.
Wow.
Really couldn't ask for a better result. Alexander Sims, Antonio Garcia take the win. Tommy Milner and Nicky Katzberg in number 4 car right behind them. So pretty excited about that. It also happened at Ron Fellows' home track in Canada, which is also pretty cool.
True.
The Corvettes will be racing again in IMSA August 2nd and 4th at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. We're creeping up in the points. We actually need a win or two again to really get up there. Only one car in our series has won twice. That's the Rexy Porsche.
Okay.
They're the only car to win twice. Everybody else that's won in IMSA GTD Pro has only won one race. So it is still wide open. We can still get up there. There is a chance.
That's cool.
Looking forward to that next race at Road America.
That sounds good. Also, Corvette Racing was in Brazil with TF Sport. How did those guys do?
Yeah, World Endurance Championship TF Sport were in Sao Paulo, Brazil for a 6-hour race. Number 81 Corvette finished in 8th place. This is their highest finishing position so far, and you see that 81 car has been doing pretty well. Charlie Eastwood is one of the Chevy drivers there. He would have been in IMSA, but we had that other car at AWA bow out. They're doing pretty well, and they appear to find some strength there. Unfortunately, the number 82 Corvette had a technical issue coming out of the pits, and they got a DNF and did not finish.
Okay.
Still some teething pains over in the WC, but they are getting some better results there. Their next race in the FIA WC is the Lone Star Le Mans from Dakota, Circuit of the Americas. That's going to be August 30th and September 1st. Definitely looking forward to any time the World Endurance Championship comes over to the USA. I found this out. This is something pretty cool, but TF Sport, they actually named their Corvettes.
Really?
They have names. Number 81 Corvette is named Maya, Naya, and number 82 is called Sting, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, people name their cars all the time. Why not name a race car?
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. And finally, DXDT Racing was over at Virginia International Raceway. How did they do there?
This is a race that's happening on Saturday and Sunday. We recorded this on Friday, so we don't have those results yet, but we are going to be following this. Of course, Tommy Milner was one of the team members here. He won twice. He won back-to-back races. These races are carried live on YouTube, so everybody can watch them. We'll have the updates during the next News and Headlines podcast. That's the GT World Challenge is what it's called. You can find it on YouTube.
Nice. Let's go to rumors, Keith. We keep seeing the ZR1s out, and they were in Ohio last week, weren't they?
Yeah, Steve, we had a couple different sightings with photos and videos shared on social media, and you can see them at CorvetteBlogger.com. Like before, we couldn't really tell if any of these C8 prototypes were actually the Zora models. You know, you can tell by that vertical mounted radiator on the driver's front corner there.
Right.
That's one of the E-ray cooling mechanisms that they use. These cars were in the rain. We couldn't really see that. We just saw them at a gas station filling up there. Then there was another video where they were in Akron, Ohio. We got a quick video of 3 of these really high wing cars, the ZR1s. They could be Zoras. We don't know. But they were pulling out of a Target parking lot, and you hear that exhaust note there. Just another little clue before we get to the reveal coming up this week. Pretty exciting stuff. And again, it's always great to see the cars being tested out there. And it's like we're going to unwrap some gifts this Thursday, and we'll find out what we get.
Yeah, what's going on about Thursday? Have you heard anything? I have heard nothing yet about the reveal.
It's really been wild, yeah. So at the time of this recording, GM has not released when the reveal will be held. We don't actually know anybody actually attending the reveal. Our thinking is this is kind of be mostly a virtual affair, maybe another video that like the Corvette team has done both with Z06 and Stingray. Maybe because everything's been low-key, we think that maybe they've already given a preview to the automotive magazines like Motor Trend, Car and Driver, Road and Track, who all got a sneak peek, and then we'll release all their stuff after the embargo is over when the reveal has been shown. We've heard East Coast, we've heard West Coast, we've heard East Coast again. We just don't know. Just stay tuned. I guess Chevy, either by the time you hear this, we'll have already released that date, or we'll find out about it on Monday or Tuesday or something like that on when to watch. It most likely there'll be like an embeddable YouTube video, in which case we'll have that on Corvette Blogger as well. But if you go to YouTube, search Chevrolet, you'll see it there. The other bold prediction I'm making, Cotton, is that I'm thinking that one of these reveal cars is going to be shown in the new Hysteria Purple Metallic.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Offer fans like me a chance to see the car, hopefully before we have to order it on a real car. Of course, ordering opens on Thursday, so if we get a look at that new color or any of the new colors on Thursday, it makes it a lot easier to call up your dealer on Friday and say, yes, place that color.
Yep.
That's one of the things we're hoping to see. I can't wait, Steve. I get giddy during these times because they just don't happen all that often, so when they do, they're pretty special moments.
I'm the same way, buddy. It's like waiting for Christmas to come. It's just painstaking, you know?
Yep, it is.
It is. It really is. All right, time for our final break, Keith. The lighter side of Corvette is coming up next here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up there. At True Wealth & Company, we take that to heart. See, at True Wealth & Company, we believe your retirement lifestyle travels through 2 doors. Door number 1, the blue door, gives you more options, financial freedom. Your money outlives you. Every happiness you wish for in life is through the blue door. Door number 2, the red door, is where you outlive your money. You rely on family, friends, or even the state to take care of you. At True Wealth & Company, we're not just financial planners. The best way to walk through the blue door is to have a written plan. Make a work-optional lifestyle a reality with our proprietary True Life Map formula. Look towards your future with anticipation, not apprehension. Having a rock-solid fiduciary partner like True Wealth & Company is essential to effective financial planning. There's no winging it. There's nothing left to chance. Look, we don't want you to become another Yogi Berra-ism. Give us a call today at 913-653-TRUE. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Start your financial independence and work optional lifestyle today.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25, and every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada, and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at RadiatorGrillStore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
And now, back to the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today, with your host, Steve Garrett.
Thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Wheelcraft will be at Corvettes at Carlisle and the NCM Anniversary and Caravan celebrations. You can pre-order your wheels at wheelcraft.com or just give them a call at 833-639-4231. Wheelcraft will install your wheels at either of these shows, and then you can drive home in style with Wheelcraft. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. If you want a deeper dive into any of the stories that Keith and I cover on this show, you can always go to CorvetteBlogger.com. In this final segment, we cover the lighter side of Corvette. Keith, this is really funny. It's like, oops, who wasn't watching quality control? There was a 2024 C8 Corvette that was delivered with 2 different seats. What the heck happened?
We always joke about Corvette enthusiasts owning a one-of-one. Oh, mine's a real one-of-one, based on the specs, and the crazy kind of gymnastics some owners go through to show that they've got a one-on-one is pretty fun. Yeah, our friend Rick Conti, Chevy dealer, saw the real deal after a Corvette was delivered right off the truck from Bowling Green with 2 different seats. The car was ordered with the 2-tone Sky Cool gray seats with the black seating surfaces.
Okay.
And the car he got had that correct seat in the passenger side, but on the driver's side was a full jet black seat with Sky Cool gray trim on it.
Huh.
These instances are pretty rare, and it's one of the reasons why everybody kind of has a little fun at GM's expense. We've seen this before. Actually, we haven't seen the seat mix-up for a few years now. I think it happened early on in C8. Generally, what we've seen recently is emblems or, the mismatched door sills.
Right.
Easily replaceable. The seat's a little bit different, though. I probably shouldn't talk a lot about this, but if you notice, the video was taken down, so I guess GM took it personally. The other thing I'm going to mention that I probably shouldn't is that because there was a mismatched seat here, you have to wonder where the other mismatched seats go to. And I can tell you, they went to another dealership somewhere in the South.
Oh, really?
These cars are going to get fixed. They'll have the correct seats and when they're delivered to their customers. It's a mix-up. These things happen. They're building 190, 200 a day. At some point, somebody's really not paying attention. These seats are covered in plastic, so you could think that you would see a Sky Cool gray versus a black, but you go sight blind because it's just something you see every single day, and it happens. We think these things are a little bit fun. No one wants to see this car go on forever with the mismatched seats. If I was the owner, I'd want my right seats there as well.
Well, Keith, I will tell you that Ferrari and Mercedes does this on some of their very, very special cars. I thought maybe that was something that got ordered with the Corvette, maybe.
Well, I know that some people would love to have the ability to order like a driver's side competition seat, and then you get the GT1 or GT2 for the passenger side.
Right.
We all know how those seats are a little bit tighter, for the person with the right kind of body style. They fit right in there. They don't move at all. Maybe they're tracking their car, so a competition seat makes a lot more sense to them.
Sure.
That should be something, especially if they come up with more of a racing version or a stripped down version that they want to quote for racing or for, enthusiasts that like to do tracking. That would be a pretty cool, but it should still be the same color.
Yeah. Well, and that's what Ferrari and Mercedes do. They make them 2 different colors. They're the same seat, the same style, but they're 2 different colors. It's not too far off, especially if you're going with Ferrari and Mercedes. I also saw this, and this was really, really cool. The National Corvette Museum has updated the mural on the outside of the building as you drive out with your R8C delivery.
Yeah, and so always one of the cool moments when a new owner takes delivery of their Corvette at the National Corvette Museum's R8C delivery program, they get their pictures taken. So they go inside, they get their pictures taken where it's on Corvette Boulevard, and then you have the drive out, and then you have that beautiful mural there outside. And again, it's just another way to celebrate, you're taking delivery of your dream car there. These murals have changed a little bit over time. The old one had a horse in the state of Kentucky, and it had like this living the dream, but you couldn't really see the living the dream when a car was parked in front of it. I do know that some people have kind of complained. Actually, when I talked to Rod Keller, the delivery manager up there during the bash, I had actually asked him about that mural and if there was plans to change it. He says that we weren't the first ones to bring that up. When we saw that there was a new mural up there, we reached out to Rod again and thanked him for the change. And he wanted to let us know that the credit goes to Aaron Drexler in the marketing department for coming up with this change. Again, we think it's pretty cool. It's got a classic 1953 Corvette now. It's got the tagline that says adrenaline meets tradition. On the right side, you've got all the different Corvette logos from the different generations. On the left-hand side, it still says living the dream, but it's a vertical sign that goes up. Really cool. It's a darker sign. It's almost like a dark charcoal. And so Corvettes really show up nice. Even the black cars are showing up nice in front of it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen them, we post delivery pics all the time on CorvetteBlogger, especially on Sundays with Mike Furman's delivery posts. So you can definitely see the new one there. Pretty cool. I know some people have already said when they go back up for the NCM celebration, they're going to make sure to get their picture of in front of the new delivery mural once again.
Yeah. And if you're watching the YouTube version of the Corvette Today podcast, you'll see that new mural on the outside. It's really good looking. I like it a lot.
I do too. It's a nice change.
Also, Keith, E-Ray is up for Motor Trend's Performance Vehicle Car of the Year. That's really cool.
Yeah, so the E-Ray was one of the contenders to this year's Motor Trend Performance Vehicle of the Year award, but it was really quite obvious when you were reading the copy that it wasn't going to go any further than just being a contender.
Oh, bummer.
We just didn't find any excitement from the testers and what they were talking about. I mean, they still had great things to say, almost as fast as the Z06, despite being heavier, despite being a different engine. But they basically said, quote unquote, it's just not as special as the Z06.
Yeah.
We saw the writing on the wall as soon as we read that. We knew that, okay, it's going to end right there. The winner was actually named last week, and this year's Motor Trend Performance Vehicle of the Year is the BMW M2.
Okay. Well, at least they're up for the award. It's nice to at least be nominated and recognized.
There's some decent cars in there. I think there's a McLaren. There was the Ford Mustang Dark Horse was up there.
Okay.
Made it to the finals. There was an Acura that made it to the finals. But yeah, it looked like they really liked this BMW M2. It's a little two-door coupe. It looks like it has a lot of fun.
Well, that's interesting. Also, we got the new top 10 dealers through June 30th, don't we?
Yeah, so this is interesting because, 2024 calendar year to date through June 30th, that's half the year. We found out that Corvette deliveries are up 5%, 17,914 new Corvettes delivered so far in the first half of the year.
Nice.
So once we had that data, then we got the top 10 list from one of our sources there at Chevrolet. McMulkin Corvette continues to lead all Corvette dealers. They have 930 new Corvettes sold so far for 2024, and they're tracking ahead of where they were last year. In fact, most of the dealers are tracking ahead of where they were last year. So kind of tells you that there's a little bit more supply out there. These are sales. These aren't just Corvettes being built. These are sales. Second place, Ciocca Corvette, 608 cars. Criswell Mike Furman is third. Bomden Dalen in Miami is fourth. Les Stanford in Dearborn, Michigan, fifth. Stingray Chevrolet down here in Plant City, Florida is sixth. Coghlan Chevrolet, Rick Conti, 7. Classic Chevrolet, Grapevine, Texas is 8. Bomden, West Kendall in Miami is 9th. And then Stonebriar Chevrolet in Frisco, Texas is 10th. The bottom guys there, Coghlan, Classic, they've kind of been moving around a little bit. Those dealers at the top seem firmly ensconced in their positions, and I don't expect those positions to change at all for the rest of the year.
They're like Avis. We try harder.
They've got their built-in customers. McMulkin, again, has just been going gangbusters. They also get cars from other dealers to be able to support their customers. So they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, really good. And this is an interesting story. A C4 Corvette Grand Sport beats out a Cybertruck in a race. I think that's pretty cool.
I do too. This is kind of, I think, one of my favorite stories as well. And, you wouldn't think that a Corvette 28 years older could beat a new EV Cybertruck.
Exactly.
Drag race. But there was a twist to this drag race because it was a circle drag race at the Colorado National Speedway. So this is a 3/8 of a mile around. They line up together and they go, and the first one to cross the finish line wins. The Grand Sport, again, 330 horsepower with their LT4 motor. The Cybertruck had 845 horsepower, capable of 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds,
wow,
which is the same time as the modern day Z06. You're thinking, how the heck did this Grand Sport take the win? Well, it's all about cornering, right? The Tesla might be fast off the line. In fact, it jumped right out in front. the Grand Sport was able to reel it in, and there at the end kind of darted to the inside to be able to take that corner much more sharper than the Cybertruck, and they crossed the finish line first. It's a fun video. Again, if you like this kind of stuff, check it out on CorvetteBlogger. We really had a good time with it.
That's awesome. Well, buddy, thanks for being back on Corvette Today. I'll get back with you in 2 weeks, okay?
Yeah, sounds great. And of course, we got a busy summer coming up with all the different shows. We're going to see each other at 2 different shows coming up here in August. So really looking forward to it. But hey, if we see you out on the streets, keep waving.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Ciocca Corvette at CIOCCA Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. True Wealth and Company at RetireWithTrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.